Hello, my name is Ismael. I will talk briefly about the architecture of my bank application. My bank application is deployed in Amazon Web Services S3 bucket. As you know, this is a React application. This is a React application that is deployed as a static website. The application, when you enter the URL into the browser, initially shows you a landing page that has an image and a navigation bar component. But that navigation bar only shows you a welcome message and a login or sign up link. If you click to it, inside of it you have two options. To sign up if you are a new user, which allows you to create a new account, or log in if you are a returning user, a user that in the past already created an account. If you are a new user, you sign up through the authentication component, and you have to provide 4 fields of information: your username, your name, your email, and your password. That information is sent to the backend through the authentication module, which communicate with the backend through the API server and the database API. The API server generates a new token which is sent to the front end and immediately used to take the new user to the bank application. Once inside the bank application, the user can navigate using the navigation component, which uses a navbar to display access to the different components that the application has, which are withdraw, deposit, balance, and account statement. In each of these components, React components, I do some basic validations. For example, in the withdraw component, I check that the amount that the user wants to withdraw is a number, or that it is a positive number, and that amount of money is not greater than the balance. That validation happens in the front end. The API that is used to send the information to the backend already sends the information at it should be inserted in the accounts collection. In the deposit happens a similar situation. I make validations, as for example, that the amount is a number, not a letter, that it is a positive number, and then that information is sent to the backend using an API. Balance only shows you your last movement in the accounts collection, that is the last movement that you made that could have been a withdrawal or a deposit. Account statements is a React component that shows all the movement that have taken place for a given user account, and it only displays the account movements of the user that is logged in to the database. The same happens for all the components. Withdraw only works for the logged in user. Deposit works only for the logged in user, the same as balance. I will talk briefly about the authentication I am using. I am using JSON Web Tokens, which send the information entered by the returning user or by the new user. That information is sent to the API in the backend, and the backend returns a token always return a token. Of course, if the validations that take place in each situation executed correctly. Once the token is in the front end, it is used to access the components. You cannot send, withdraw, a deposit, or a balance if you don't have a token. The API that is used in each of these components has to have a token, and that is validated also in the backend. I consider using OAuth 2, but I realized that maybe that would be too easy because you use the services of Firebase or Google, and I realized that I had never really programmed anything having to do for a web application. So I decided to do something that was more difficult for me, more challenging, and so that's why I decided to use JSON Web Tokens. So basically, this is the architecture of my application. Thank you for listening.